What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better?
How did you got into *, insert any passions, hobbies *.
So, how did you get into less than checks notes greater than spending 18 years in prison for manslaughter?
If you have a friend who is a criminal, this question might be good to ask. I had an employee who was an oddball of the first order, just coasting along enjoying what I can only describe as a superlatively charmed existence. For instance, he was in his mid-20s, living in NYC, and had somehow avoided ever paying a nickel in rent. Like not once in his life. I personally witnessed him not only refuse to pay his landlord for 6 months, but also walk away with $3,000 compensation when the matter went to court. From there he ended up in a free pad provided by a real estate broker who hired him on the spot while he was looking for an apartment. Seriously, I've never seen anyone so consistently fall ass first into a basket of rose petals as this dude. But that's about the time I lost contact with him because he went full-time into real estate brokerage. Which was just as well because he wasn't really a very good employee. He wasn't dangerously incompetent or anything, just kind of slow and lacking any sense of hustle. I kept him on just because he was so entertaining and had this ability to keep everyone else's morale up. We called him the Jam Burner, because he would fixate on certain bands, and play these really badass tunes, but play them so frequently that everyone would be completely burned out by the time his focus shifted. Anyway, he would go around asking these asinine questions of everyone, as though he was conducting a Heather's poll. What's your favorite animal? What's your second favorite animal? What's your favorite body of water? How would you describe it? Would you rather have a yacht or a sport car? Would you rather have an asshole on your elbow, or an elbow on your asshole? He had graduated college with a psychology degree, so I was aware that he was just probing us all, but I like to think I actually learned a lot about myself from his inquiries. I often think about him warmly. I hope you're doing well, Will, you mystifying, jam-burning leech.
This guy sounds like a protagonist and everyone around him is a side character.
I'd borrow from David Sedaris and go with, when's the last time you saw a monkey?
I was at a book signing with my wife and David Sedaris asked me, have you ever hit her out of anger? My reply was, no, not out of anger, which got a chuckle out of him and that's a good answer. Making David Sedaris laugh might be one of my prouder moments in life.
What's the most obscure fact you know that would make you win on Jeopardy?
A human tooth has 36 calories. An average denture, without wisdom teeth or missing teeth, would have 1,152 calories.
I went to a music outing with this girl I recently started seeing and her friend was ditched, so we said that he could join us. When trying to get to know each other better, he asked me what my favorite breakfast food was. We had a solid 15-minute conversation about French toast and different toppings and how an egg should be prepared depending on how you had spent your previous evening. Great icebreaker.
What's your favorite breakfast food? I don't really eat breakfast tbh. Quote ... Yeah, mine is an omelet.
If I gave you the money to set up a theme restaurant or bar, what would be the theme? What would you call the establishment? What would be the signature cocktail?
The press or hot off the press. Basically a sandwich shop with paninis wrapped in faux newspaper, hot soup, salads, etc., all set in an Art Deco cafe style. Servers would wear old-time hats with button-up shirts and rolled sleeves, a pencil tucked behind an ear, black pinstripe pants. Newspaper memorabilia on the tables, green lampshades, blocky letter-type paper menus, overstuffed brown leather booths and chairs. Free cups of coffee. The signature dish would be a 3-cheese grilled cheese and tomato soup combo. Open late. After 8 it just becomes a late-night hang. The signature cocktail would come in a coffee mug or flask.
I use 2. 1. What is your everyday superpower? I.e. my so always gets amazing parking, always picking the fastest line at the supermarket. 2. What's in the trunk of your car right now? This leads to hilarious answers in my experience.
1. I can burp at will. 2 to 24 feet of battery cable, wrenches, a couple plastic bags. I gotta rewire the power inverter in my semi-truck. Thick battery cable is expensive.
Someone I know took a psych test for a work application and one of the questions was, do you look at your poo before you flush? He asked us around the office and it was funny how divided we were and how passionate we all were about our reasoning. I often think about that.
And related, do you look at the TP after you wipe? I didn't realize until my BF had a long convo about this with his friends, but apparently there are some people who don't check. And not only that, they thought he was weird for checking. What insanity is this? How do you know when you're done wiping?
What are you really terrible at?
Small talk.
Have you read any good books recently? Oddly, this makes people really excited about a book they are reading or sad that they haven't read one lately.
Haha, I love books, and anytime my boyfriend casually asks about whatever it is I'm reading, he has to deal with me talking about it for a good hour.
What's your favorite part about waking up?
Going back to sleep.
Their 3 wishes.
What was the best response you heard in how they spent those wishes? What's the best thing that happened to you today?
I think this, simple yet it stops people from giving a bullpoo answer. One they have to take a moment to think about.
I asked my students today what is their biggest fear. They each wrote their answer on a post-it note anonymously and didn't see other answers until they were all on the board. It was hilarious how many of them answered, "My mom." Edit. Since everyone is so concerned, these are a bunch of high schoolers trying to be funny. Also, as a teacher I am trained to recognize signs of abuse. I assure you these kids are fine.
You know who else is scared of their mum? My mum. Edit. Well, I never expected my inbox to explode this much from a regular show reference. Thanks for the lovely awards, less than 3.
What's your mother's maiden name? The name of your first pet. The name of the first street you lived in, IP address, social security number and your criminal record.
Haha, but seriously, could everybody type their password in the comments? Reddit will blur it out, it's cool. Edit. Please don't actually do this.
If you could only eat one type of cheese for the rest of your life, which type of cheese would it be?
Hello from Wisconsin, where that would be the only topic for the rest of the party, which would end with a fistfight.
What are you sure you know more about than me? This one checks tons of boxes like starting a topic, getting more insight to their interests, having them talk about a topic they are passionate about, you learning a ton of stuff, and much more. Just pretty dumb when they say, "I don't lol."
Pets are a good one. If they don't have any pets, ask them what pet they would want, or any childhood, old pets. It's personal, but not too personal. Also, people love talking about their pets.
Great. I like animals but have zero desire to have a pet. Edit. It can be annoying to hear comments like, "Oh, I don't trust people who don't like less than pet type greater than." Soapbox. I also really hate those videos where the family buys a pet against the father's wishes and then use the reaction video for internet points. This is especially true if it means that the parents have to pay for and care for the pet when the children aren't there or if they move out. Look, Dad isn't a monster, he just doesn't want a cat, okay.
Not a question, but more of an icebreaker game. It's called Make It or Break It. So basically, picture your perfect match. This person is personally perfect for you in every way possible. Like you would marry them on the spot. So they're perfect for you in every way except I name one thing about them that makes them not perfect for you, and you have to say whether that would be a deal breaker. Does it make it or break it? So here's a few examples. Make it or break it. They're perfect for you in every way except they always wear the color green. They will never not wear the color green. Different shades of green are fine. But every single piece of clothing they will ever wear for the rest of their lives will be at least 95% green. Even at like funerals. Make it or break it, they only eat pizza ever. Make it or break it, they will never drink. Make it or break it, for one day once a month, every month on the exact same day, they leave town for the whole day. But they never tell you where they're going or what they're doing, and they never will. If you ask them about it, they say, "You just have to trust me." If you try to sneak and find out what they do every month, bam, relationship over, you're dead to them. Make it or break it, whatever they eat, they drown the whole thing in ketchup, and they always will. Even ice cream. They carry around a little travel ketchup bottle just in case they eat at a place without ketchup. They'll never change. Make it or break it, they hate animals. NSFW. Make it or break it, they've sucked 500 DKS. Make it or break it, they want an open relationship. Make it or break it, whatever thing you're most passionate about, no matter how hard you practice at it, they will always naturally be better than you. Bonus. And they don't really even care about the thing they're good at, it's just kinda meh to them. These are examples I've come up with collectively over time while playing with people. They can be serious or goofy scenarios and you can play with anyone. It's a super fun game that you can pull out anytime it starts to get awkward, and eventually you and the person are going back and forth coming up with new make it or break it scenarios. A nice bonus is that if you're flirting with someone, you can gauge what they're looking for in a relationship and sort of test your chemistry, compatibility.
The one about them leaving every month for a day is most certainly a werewolf. Definitely make it material.
What is something you're proud of but don't get to brag about much? Edit, spelling asterisk.
I'm stealing this now. But used to work at an Auntie Anne's and on a hot summer day we has a massive line. And this lady I saw in line for almost 45 minutes with her kids just trying to make them happy. By the time she gets to me it's been an hour and she orders 3 original pretzels, 2 cheese cups and a 2 small frozen lemonade. Goes to pay, gives me a $100 bill. Well, our GM a month early told us not to accept anything over a $50 bill. So I know what I have to say will suck. Told her sorry I can't accept that with broken English, said no. Because since she was a tourist to the country all she has was 100 bills. And I knew she had to find somewhere to break that 100. So I told her wait 1 second and pulled out my wallet and paid it for her. She tried to tell me keep the 100. Told her no. Her husband 20 minutes later came by, said thank you and offered me 200. I said no, probably stupid, but I was always raised that if I can help someone I should without hesitation and without expecting a reward in return. I tell this story at every job interview. My 29-year-old special needs daughter has a list she likes to use. What is your favorite reptile? What is your favorite fighter jet? What is your favorite bird of prey? What is your favorite dinosaur? What is your favorite venomous snake? ... The thing is though, she doesn't actually care about your answers. She just wants you to ask her favorites so she can trap you in a one-sided conversation for the rest of your natural life. People fall for it every time. Oh, and in case you are wondering, the correct answers are crocodile, F-14 tomcat, wedge-tailed eagle, Spinosaurus, black mamba. Giving her the correct answers won't get you out of the conversation, but it will save you the lecture on how wrong you are.
Just so you know, you can buy an actual Spinosaurus tooth, fossil, for like $40 to $90, depending on the size and quality. They're really beautiful as far as fossils go and still sharp.
Seriously, I am looking that up as we speak. Christmas sorted.
If you'd want me to know only one fact about you, what would it be? It started a lot of interesting convos over the years.
My anxiety spiked just reading that question.
I like to ask people if they have any really good ghost stories. Depending on their religion or culture or upbringing, I've heard some pretty awesome experiences. Particularly from NYC cab drivers.
What is one thing you wish people knew about you? It often leads to sincere responses or something they are passionate about.
I usually go for open-ended questions. My favorite is, what's the coolest place you've taken that pair of shoes?
A fridge. Specifically, a morgue. I'm a mortician.
Their views on entertainment is always safe territory, movies, music, etc.
Asterisk, what are your most visited subreddits? Asterisk. Their answer could easily end a relationship before it even begins.
Tell us more. Fake boobs fan 2.
Tell me something I don't know. Not a question, but the topic they go for can say a lot about them. Do they tell you about themselves, someone else, or something else? Then you can ask why, how they know that, or if they're particularly interested in the topic of whatever they've told you about. It's a great conversation starter, no matter if you've just met or known them forever. And if you do already know what they've told you, you can talk about your shared knowledge, interest.
France invaded Mexico because they destroyed a bakery.
Oh, this is my new favorite answer.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.